Wrightstown Wellness Center members. Today I'm here again to give our senior members a workout. This workout is only going to require a chair for assistance. This workout's going to look a lot like it does in our senior strength and stretch class. So we're going to start with a full warm-up. Then we're going to get into our exercises and go through each of those 2 times. And then we're going to finish up with our normal stretches. So, if you need a second to pause the video and get set up with your chair, I suggest you do that now, and then we're going to get started with the warm-up. So, let's get started with some arm swings. We're going to go left over right, right over left. Good. Next, we're going to get into our leg swing. So we're going to do the right leg, and then we'll do the left. So we're going to do 10 each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We can go ahead and switch legs. 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next up are going to be our shoulder rolls. We're going to do some rolls forward, and then we're going to do some rolls backward. So let's do our shoulder rolls going forward. Good. Let's roll them backwards. And last one. Good. Next up we have our hip circles. So we're going to need to hold on to our chair a little bit. Knee comes up, hip pops out to the side. 7, 8, 9, and last one. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Do the same thing on the other side. Just one more, and 10. Good. Next up, we're going to be our wrist circles. So let's make some gentle fists, and we're just going to roll them to the outside. That's 10, and let's roll them the opposite direction. That's 10. Let's give them a gentle little shake. Next up are going to be our ankle rolls. Ankle rolls, we'll do 1 foot at a time. Let's start with our right foot and go in a clockwise motion. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead, same foot, switch directions. Four, 3, 2, 1, go ahead, switch feet, and start in a clockwise motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Next up, we're gonna do our neck rolls. So for our neck rolls, we're gonna bring our chin down and just go side to side with our neck. I like bringing my hands behind my back because that gives me a nice long stretch through this trap and neck muscle here. So we're gonna bring our chin down. We're just gonna go side to side. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and reset. Eyes forward. Next, we're gonna bring our chin up and do the same drill side to side. Four, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Next up, we are going to do our side-to-side stretches. So we're going to bring our feet out in a nice wide stance, and we're going to stretch one arm out to the side, and we'll go ahead and switch sides. We're going side to side. Should have worn a longer shirt for this one. Really reach that arm out. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Last but not least, we are going to do our high knees. So we're going to be walking in place. We're going to do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. So let's get those knees up, and we're walking, kind of marching in place here. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, so we're gonna step back to our chairs, and we're going to do our squats. So for those of you who've taken class with me before, the squat is very familiar. We're gonna be standing in front of our chair. Feet need to be about shoulder, hip width apart, and knees also need to stay about shoulder or feet width apart when we're doing these. So we're going to sit back down into our chair and stand back up. So our butt needs to come down to our chair. Our chest and our eyes are forward, and our back is nice and flat. If you wanted to make these just a little bit more challenging, you could add a little pulse at the bottom here. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We're on our feet. Now, we're gonna do a variation of a push-up next. Now, we can either use the back of our chair, or I'll give you a minute to find a countertop that's about, I would say, in between our chest and our waist. I'm gonna come to the back of my chair here, and the reason why a countertop is a little bit more safe is the countertop isn't gonna push forward from underneath you. The chair might do that depending on how slick your surface is. So I'm gonna give you another second here to find a countertop, and you can just listen in. I will tell you when we're about to finish. We're gonna begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead. Pushing down and back up. Bending at the elbows and pushing back up. got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and up. Very good. Okay, we're gonna come back to our chair. We're gonna need a slight assist from this one. We're gonna work on our balance. So we're gonna do our normal single leg balance. So I'm just gonna stand to the side of my chair here. I'm gonna go up onto one foot and I'm just going to hang out here for 20 to 30 seconds. So you can follow along with me. If you haven't began yet, please begin. We're just gonna hold it. So remember, if you can have your hands off, try to focus on one spot in front of you. That is going to help tremendously with this balance exercise. If you really wanted to challenge yourself, if you had weights at home or a can of soup or something, you could alternate hands with it, lift it up overhead, just like we do in class. Just holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back down to 2 feet. And we're gonna go up onto that other foot. We can begin right away. And we're holding. Remember, find that one spot in front of you, even if it's on the floor or on the wall. Maybe you're just looking at me. We're just holding. We're hanging out. Twist a little bit. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Use that chair if you need it. We're almost there. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. We're going to bring it back down. Next up is also going to help with our balance and a little bit with our core and coordination as well. So we are going to do our traditional bird dog exercise. So we're going to need to be standing behind our chair. And we are putting our right hand on our chair. Our right leg comes out and our left arm extends out, and we want to be almost parallel with the floor. We're going to do these in an alternating fashion, so we're going to switch sides. You should be following along with me. So it's opposite arm and opposite leg extending out. That hand that does not extend out should be on the backs of our chair if we need it. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can come back to standing on 2 feet again. And now let's take a seat. We're gonna take a seat in our chair and we're gonna do some leg extensions. Now, when I do my leg extensions from a seated position, I like to lift up on the bottom of my leg here, just to take a little bit of that stress off of our hip flexors. So let's get seated, lift up on that leg, and we're just extending that leg out, really squeezing the top of this muscle in the upper half of our leg, our quad muscles. Same leg each time, just slowly contracting, bringing it back all the way to full extension. Giving it a nice squeeze. Really activate those quad muscles. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and down. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same drill on that opposite side. We can begin right away. After these leg extensions, I just have one more exercise before we begin and start that cycle over again. Really extend that leg out, squeeze the top of that quad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Okay, so the next exercise is going to require us to stand up behind our chairs. And what we're going to do is one leg at a time. We're going to do a backwards leg extension and bring it back forward into an abduction. So I'm going to extend my leg out or straight back and then out to the side. Straight back, out to the side. We're just trying to gain a little bit of mobility in our hips here. Maybe also strengthen up those glutes a little bit. All the way back to the side. Back to the side. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We're going to go ahead and switch legs and begin right away. Straight back, out to the side. Same drill as the previous leg. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. All right. So we went through a full round of all of those exercises. So we're going to start again from the top with our squat down to our chair. So we want to be standing in front of our chair again. Feet are about hip or shoulder width apart, and we're going to sit back into that chair. A few different ways you can do this. You can sit all the way down, kind of rock and sit back up. You can go down, tap your butt to the chair, or you can add that pulse at the bottom. Either way works for me. And remember, you can pause this video at any time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Next up, we have those countertop push-ups. So, if using the countertop worked for you the last time, great. If using the back of your chair worked for you, great. I'm going to give you a second to get over to your countertop if you're still listening in. And we're going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bringing our elbows all the way back and pushing to full extension. We just have 2 more. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Let's get back to our chair. Next up, we have our single leg balance. So have your chair, the back rest of your chair handy to hold on to if needed. And we're going to stand on one foot. Doesn't matter which foot, but let's begin. We are just standing here. Want to raise an arm up overhead. We bring the other one back. Go ahead and switch. Bring them up to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's go ahead, switch feet, begin right away. Ten more seconds, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Okay. Next up is going to be our bird dog exercise. So we're going to need to be behind our chair again. Remember, we're extending out opposite arm and leg, and that arm that is not extending is going to be on the backrest of our chair. So we can begin in 3, 2, 1, extending out, hold for 1 second, and switch. Extend out, hold for 1 second, and switch. If you feel pretty good about your balance, and you don't want to put that other hand down, you can just bring it back behind you, or you can bring it up in front, Superman. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. All right. We're going to move on. We're going to take a seat and we're going to go into our leg extension. So, I'll give everyone a second to get to our chairs here. Remember, we're going to lift up the bottom of our leg, and we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1, let's extend. Bring it back down. Remember, we want to hold for about a second or two when we're fully extended. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's bring that foot down, switch sides, and let's begin right away. 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we're finished with our leg extensions. We just have one more exercise before we get into our finishing stretches, and it is the hip extension to abduction. So we're going to be standing behind our chair like we did the last time. We're going to be holding on with both hands. We're going to keep our leg mostly straight, bring it straight back, and then pop it out to the side. Legs stays mostly straight here. Straight back to the side, repeating with the same leg. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Opposite leg. 3, 2, 1, begin. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's time. All right, before we get into our finishing stretches, let's take a nice big deep breath in. arms come up overhead. And exhale, slowly, arms come down to the sides. Okay, let's take a seat. Now these are going to be our normal finishing stretches. So let's start with our arm across stretch here. On our own, remember, let's take some nice breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's hold that stretch. Continue that breathing pattern as we're going through these stretches. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release and switch sides. Same drill, opposite arm. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release that arm. Sit up straight. Next, we're going to go into our core rotation stretch. Let's take our right hand. Let's grab onto the left side of our chair here. Our left hand comes to the back of our chair, and we're going to turn. Looking straight behind us for this stretch. Three, 2, 1. Let's come back to center. Let's take our left hand, go over to the right side of our chair. Right hand comes to the back, and let's twist. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. We just have a few stretches left. Let's go into our toe reach stretch. So, extend one leg out in front, heel down, toe is up. And we're just reaching down towards that foot. Try to make your leg as straight as possible here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, switch legs. Opposite leg extended out in front, and we're reaching down towards that foot. Remember to keep that leg nice and straight, best you can do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Let's sit back up. Last thing I want to do today is take a nice big deep breath in. Arms come up overhead. Reach them high. Exhale, bring our hands down to the middle this time. Very good. Just want to give you an update on Bailey and Wayne. I think they're happy that Dad spends a little bit more time at home, especially in the morning. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful, fabulous day. We'll be here next week again to add more videos, so stay tuned.